right, here's that video that everybody's been talking about and I've been doing classes on, and it's time to talk about it. These are the 10 things that can kill you or make your life extremely uncomfortable. These are physical things, can make your life extremely uncomfortable in a post-SHTF environment or post-hurricane or post-earthquake or whatever you want to say. It's still SHTF, which means society has hit terminal failure, or has hit the fan. Anyway, here we go. The number one thing that you need to be prepared for is bad water. People get thirsty, they don't have enough water, and they take the chance and drink bad water or unknown water, and it makes them sick. It's contaminated or whatever. It could be all kind of things. If you catch water off of a roof and think you're going to drink it, and it's a fiberglass roof, it has little fiberglass shards in there. You have to think about that. That's bad water. It can cause you some severe problems somewhere down the line. So you need to really think about your water. What type of water, what quality of water that you're using or drinking. And then you need to know how to make water safe. Sawyer mini straws, how to boil it, how to filter it, all that. It would take me a good long video to show you that, but there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube that can show you how to do that. The second thing that can cause you issues is bad food. A lot of people will go and start eating food that was in the refrigerator and then it was left out for a day or so, and now you get food poisoning and you start having issues like that. And I'm telling you, you do not want to be puking and crapping yourself after, and then with your house destroyed and everything else. So bad food. The third thing is hypothermia. Your roof is blown off, your house is basically destroyed, you're trying to sleep under the carport or in a tent, and you don't realize that even in 70-degree weather, wet and cold with the wind blowing, you can have hypothermia pretty quick. So in your children, you need to really think about that too. You have a big body, but their body is small. So their outer skin area is proportionate. It's a lot more proportionate than yours is to yours. So therefore, if you're cold, they're already basically freezing. So you need to think about hypothermia for your kids. Number 4, your lack of meds. If you are diabetic or need Coumadin or any kind of blood thinners or whatever the doctor has said that you have to stay alive, you could have an issue in an SHTF environment. So you need to go ahead and stock up on those meds. I don't know how you can do that. You need to sit down and talk to your doctor and say, can I get 3 months ahead or whatever. Some doctors will help you and do that, some won't. Number 5, diseases, sickness, and funguses. All right, so diseases and sicknesses often come from bad water, bad food, but also if you're sleeping outside, or let's say your top of your house blew off and it got cold in there, you could start getting the flu. You could start getting cold, or bug bites you, and then all of a sudden you have some kind of sickness from that, some kind of reaction from that. There's so many things. Another thing is, if you can't bathe properly, you will start having funguses growing in places that really start to burn and itch and give you an issue, and you won't even be able to walk. In the Army, we had this quite a bit, and you just have to really be careful and keep yourself very clean and watch out for those rashes that show up. Number 6, your lack of fitness. If you're not fit, you will be easier to be affected by all the other things. If you're not fit, you're easy to kill, basically. So get yourself fit. Number 7, heat and cold. The heat can kill you just as fast as cold can. If it's in Florida and a hurricane comes through, the next day it's 100 degrees outside and extra humid, and you're out there working, trying to pick up all the limbs and trying to get your house back in order and everything, you can have a heat exhaustion or heat exposure or you name it. You can have a heat stroke. So watch out for the heat and the cold. At night it gets cold. When it's windy, rainy, it can get cold. So that goes back to the hypothermia. Number 8, things you need to watch out for that can kill you or cause you problems is bugs, snakes, and wild things. So yeah, the hurricane just came through, the earthquake, whatever. Your house was messed up and destroyed. But the bugs, their house was messed up and destroyed too. The ants, the spiders that was once up in your roof are now in your living room. The snakes are trying to crawl out of the water to a higher ground so they get up in your floor, attic, or wherever they get. Snakes, bugs, all these things. And then the just pure annoyance of mosquitoes. And the mosquitoes also bring malaria. So think about that. Just think about the bugs in general. Number 9, injuries and infections. This is a big one because when everything's tore up and you're out there messing around, you're trying to cut up those trees with a chainsaw, and you're in shorts because it's hot, and that chain bounces back and catches you side the leg, and now you're going to the emergency room. Now you've got problems. If you're out there and there's been roofs and things blown off and you're walking around and you got a nail go up through your flip-flop, if you don't have on decent shoes, there's just so many things that can come after SHTF. The number one thing you need to think about is the rubble on the ground when you're walking around. When you're after SHTF, there's going to be tons of rubble on the ground. Roofing nails, screws, just you name it. Glass, concrete, pieces of metal sticking up, all kind of stuff. So think about it. That was number 9. Number 10. And I know preppers love this one. And this is probably the least likely thing to happen, but I added it on here just for fun. It's small arms fire. The chances you get shot in SHTF, yeah, I'm not really buying in so much of this, the world's going to go sideways and everybody's going to just go shooting each other, but it could happen. People get hungry, people get thirsty, and people get angry, and they do stupid things that they normally wouldn't do. So just plan on good people doing bad things, I guess, or just people doing bad things. They don't have to be good. Sometimes good people don't do bad things, and sometimes just bad people do bad things. But I can tell you, when people are hungry and thirsty and their child is over there crying because it doesn't have anything to eat, they might do bad things to you to get what you have. So I just think you should really pay attention and just be aware that there are people that might do bad things during SHTF. All right, well, that's the 10 things that could kill you or cause you great bodily harm after SHTF. So you tell me what I missed. I know I missed a couple items. I want to know if you guys picked them out. You tell me what I missed, what you would add to this list, please, in the comments below. I'm here to learn as well as teach. So tell me what I missed. And I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys didn't have to go through some of the stuff we just went through. And I hope your homes are still intact. And I pray for all the ones that lost their homes, and all the people around the country that are trying to figure out what to do next and how to rebuild. And then on top of all that, they have to go through the red tape and bullshit of rules and regulations and building permits and engineers and lawyers and insurance and FEMA, you name it. Tons of bullshit red tape that's involved in rebuilding. I know just to build a house here in Florida, it's about $5,000 worth of permits alone. That's just for basically a mobile home. There's a ton of permits. And when the government starts, and the government loves that, they're just collecting stuff, but they can really get in the way. So I pray for all you guys who have to go through that. I don't know if I could deal with that right now in my life, but it really gets annoying. We already pay a certain amount of taxes. Now they want us to pay all this other shit. It's like they just can't never get enough. It's like the glutton that just can't quit eating. But anyway, tell me what you would add to this list of 10. Go out and make your family, your home, your fellow warrior.